Hi, thanks for using My Court Coach. I'm Sarah and I'll be your instructor as we talk about the order after hearing on motion to set aside support order, also known as the FL-367. So you've had your set aside hearing. Now what? Under California Rule of Court 5.125, the court will typically order one of the parties to prepare the order after hearing that memorializes the orders that the court made at the hearing. This needs to be done within 10 calendar days of the hearing. In order to fill this form out, per usual, you want to fill in your case caption identifying information at the top. Then in line 1, you want to list the date the hearing took place, the time, and keep in mind when you're listing the time, it's not the time that your hearing was called, it's the time that your hearing was set for. So if your hearing was set for 9 a.m. and you actually did not get called before the judge until 10 a.m., you still put 9 a.m. in this field. You want to list the department, or some courthouses have a room number, and then you want to list the judge's name. If the judge happened to be a temporary judge, sometimes judges have substitutes, just like schools have substitute teachers, then you would mark the box temporary judge, otherwise you can leave that blank. Field number 2 asks you to list who was present at the hearing. If the petitioner was present, you mark this box. If the respondent was present, you mark 2B. There's a third party that's a party to the case that was present, you mark 2C. If this is a governmental agency, meaning probably something like Department of Child Support Services, you would mark box D. And then on the right-hand side, if there's attorneys present for any of the parties, you would list their names. And governmental agency, if the attorney for the state was present and identified themselves by name, you would list that here. Field number 3, you want to list the original order, the date that it was filed, that you're trying to have set aside, and the terms of that order, who was ordered to pay support to whom. And then 3A, if the order was not set aside, you would mark this box. If the order was set aside, you would mark 3B, and then you would list the explanation that the court gave for the set aside. Remember that the basis or the grounds for setting aside were fraud, perjury, or lack of notice. And then for field number 4, other, that's our catch-all. If there's any other orders that the court made, you would list them here. Under California Rule of Court 5.125, this order, this proposed order, then gets sent to the other party for their review. So you want to list the other party name down here and then mark what their role to the case is, whether they're petitioner, respondent, or other parent. And if it's the attorney, then you would list the attorney's name here. They sign this, showing that they've approved of your proposed court order. They send it back to you, and then you can submit it to the court for filing. I hope that you found this helpful. Good luck.